Hello guys, and welcome to Nordic English Flytying. This fly is a variation of the hay thief, the fly that's really taken Scandinavia by storm. That's Holstein Coat fly, sea trout fly from I think it was fall last year or the year before that. But this is the combination of colors that's intriguing me, because I've fished a lot with Brenda's mom. It's one of my all-time favorite coastal flies. I really like the combination of something yellow-orangey with this Semel Supreme dubbing in rainbow. So I think this fly was just a natural development, because we fished so much with the hay thief the last year or so, Daniel and me, and tools included. So yeah, this is a variation of the same fly, but in some colors that's really, oof. This is something else. So yeah, let's try the rainbow hay thief. The first thing I'm gonna use is of course a hook, and this is the light stinger in a size 4. And it's 122, and I'm using a white GSP thread. I always use a GSP thread when trying in with easy shrimp eyes or anything else plasticky that I have to tie into my fly, because I need a really strong thread to secure these things because they're so involuntary. But yeah, covering my hook shank here with a layer of tying thread, making sure my materials stay in put. As this is a rainbow piglet, as a hay thief, the dubbing used all throughout this fly is the Semel Supreme in rainbow. One of the most, I think one of the most sold dubbings of all time, and absolutely one of my favorites. There's so many nuances in this dubbing, and it's a dubbing I've used for some of my favorite patterns for sea trout fishing all throughout the years. The Brenda's mom, the Brenda fly, the rainbow piglet, everything in between. It's just, this dubbing has magical properties. I don't know why. It's very fluorescent under UV light. If that's a factor, I don't know, but yeah. I'm starting out here just making a ball down here in the rear of the fly, just for every material to just stand up on. I'm just gonna take a little bit out here. Like that. And I'm actually gonna take just a little bit of the dubbing, and I'm just gonna mangle in between my hands here to try to get all the fibers in the same direction. Like so. So I have a little piece here I can put on top, just to accentuate the Semel Supreme in the butt here. And I could just take the rest here and just fold it underneath to make sort of a collar. Like so. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of hackle fibers to put on top to kind of extend the body hackle. I'm just gonna, all the hackles on this fly is gonna be Coq de Lion. This is a whiting. I'm just gonna take one of the bigger feathers from the rear of the cape here. Like so. And I'm just gonna take some of the longer fibers down here. You've seen it before, you know what I'm talking about here. I'm just gonna pinch some off with my hands here and collect them into this little bundle here. Then I'm gonna put on top. Just like that. Then I'm gonna put in some flash. Sorry. And I'm gonna use the same flash. I don't know, remember what it's called. It's the original flash for the hay thief. I think it's called glistened up something. I don't know. It's in the description, guys. Every material and the finished pattern as a bundle products with all the materials in here. But I'm just gonna take 2 of the pearls and 1 of the orange. I don't want to overdo the orange because I'm gonna have orange legs and an orange head as well. So I'm just gonna take 1 here. Do you think the fish cares? I'm just gonna double them over here. Like so. And I'm just gonna cut them to length, about the same length of the fly on the back here. I'm just gonna adapt these when I'm done cutting it to length, different length. I'm gonna take a rubber leg in orange, extra small. If you get these sheets and they're a little bit crummy and a little bit bent, as you can see here, it's not a straight leg, just pull them a little bit. When the rubber heats up, it's actually gonna adapt a new shape. So just see here. There we go, much more straight. And I'm gonna tie this not on top, but just beneath the flash here. You don't want to sit here and make a fool of yourself trying to manage these rubber legs. Just cut it and tighten again. This is just purely because I'm lazy, but I'm just gonna flip it over and just tie it down where I want it to be, like that. I mean, you can make a case that it's gonna be stronger this way, but I don't think I've ever broken a rubber leg on a fly. It's usually not the first thing to go. I'm just gonna cut these into even length almost and put them back. Now you can see the rubber legs are actually sticking out to either side right now, but I'm gonna take a little bit of ball dubbing now before I put in my eyes. So this is gonna help me get these legs back into place, as you'll see shortly. Same dubbing, Summer Supreme Rainbow Dub. Holding back the legs. Just gonna get the fit up here. And I'm just gonna do the same thing as I did in the start here. Just make a little bit of a ball, a little bit of a point that your eyes can stand on here. Like so. And if it's a little bit big or something, just take your dubbing needle and just pull some of these dubbing fibers out. There we go. I'm gonna take the eyes, and this is gonna be easy shrimp eyes in size extra small, in orange. Making sure to tie the riffled part up against the thread. Placing it on top here, at the length I want. Making sure that they're standing in place before I take this thread to it. And this is the reason why I'm tying with a GSP thread, because with tying in these modules of plastic, it's really important to have strong threads and you can really secure this, because it's so easy to just have something like this just rumbling around on top of your fly. And it's just gonna end up with your fly just turning around itself when you're done. So really put some tension on it, get a good thread for these eyes. It's really what makes all the difference. But yeah, tie my thread back to the starting point here, and I'm gonna tie in my body haggle. I'm just gonna pick a hackle from the same cape, and it's gonna be a little bit shorter in the fibers than before. we go. I'm just gonna strip the bottom here till where the part of the stem is starting to get a little bit less thinner, I guess I say. So I get this little hackle fiber. This is plenty of fiber, plenty of hackle to this fly. So I'm just gonna tie it in with the shiny side towards myself and on the side of the fly here. There we go. So now it sits there. And then I'm gonna make a dubbing loop. And get my thread forward. And again, I'm gonna take some of this Salmon Supreme here. The Danish version I just tied like 10 minutes ago was actually tied without a double loop, but I think these, well, I learned as I tied it, that these shorter haired fibers that is in Rainbow Salmon Supreme, when I have to brush it this hard, it's much easier just to throw it into a doubling loop than just sitting down and making a dubbing rope. It's much easier to make a dense fly. So yeah, I'm just gonna take some of this, spread it out evenly here, and then get a dubbing wheel. Just spin it. It's funny, these man reels are actually so balanced, and when you start spinning it, you actually, in a moment there, you just like, is it even spinning? Because it's so balanced that you don't feel the vibration from the spin. You're actually getting in doubt. Yeah, this is a fantastic tool if you don't have one and you need a dubbing reel. So I'm just gonna take my brush here and just lightly brush it out with my steel brush here. And then I'm gonna take this and put it around. Oh, it's actually a little bit easier if you take your hackle pliers, because this is really important that you get this neat and dense. If you make a gap here, you can actually see it on the fly when you're done, and this is not what we're going for, obviously. I'm just gonna layer these really tight. Don't overlap. It's just gonna be a ball of dubbing in the middle of your fly line. Actually feel where it wants to lie. Just one more, I think. Like that. Tie it off at the eye. Strip the excess off. Hold everything back and just make sure it's stuck there. There we go. I'm gonna take my hackle now. Just gonna brush some of the fibers back here. And I'm gonna start by making a collar up here. Just hackle everywhere, just without going forward, just the whole lap. And then I can start making my way up the fly here. And this is gonna look like a mess, but we're gonna brush everything like really hard. 5 or 6 turns is plenty here. Securing the hackle, tying it back, cutting off the excess, just like that, and then go back with the brush here. It's actually a good idea before doing that, just finish off your fly here, because you're gonna make a little head with orange thread, so there's no need for this to hang around and make everything more difficult. And this is one of those flies, the more you brush it, the more attention to detail you make, the more you're gonna be satisfied with the result. There we go. I'm gonna take an orange unithread here in front and just make a tiny head up front here. You can call it a strike point. Like that. And cut off the excess. There we go. And I will probably give this a drop of varnish because there's no, it's just set right there. So yeah, that was, as you saw, exactly the same pattern as the original, but in some different colors and some different materials. And a relatively intermediate fly to tie. I would say that most people can give this a go and get something that they can actually fish. Again, like I said in the intro, a really poisonously good combination of colors, this one, and this is a fly that's actually gonna guarantee you catching fish if this is the primary fly you're gonna fish with. It has everything. It has the hovering in the water. It's semi-transparent. It has some great ultraviolet UV capabilities in this Stubbing, and with the orange included, it's yeah, it's just a really good fly for, you know, whenever you want to fish with it. So definitely definitely try a couple of these for your box. I would even say tie it on a good saltwater hook, like a, yeah, I don't know, a vise, I think. Would be great for bonefish and everything else that eats crabs and shrimps along the bottom. Just add some weight to it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and of course you can find the whole material kit with everything and all the materials I've used for this fly in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.